Yes. Hi, everybody. So here we have Tara, Bani, and Kavita from Kranti. So, Tara, thank you so much with your entire team for joining us. And we from the Ultimate Experience India have already announced our support going to first we might have one or two more organizations, but Kranti is going to be the first organization that we are going to be associated with to support through all the 100% of the profits, which is going to be divided into maybe one or two organizations, but we are going to be associated with you for a very, very, very long time, and I hope it's going to be lifetime.
I hope so
Okay.
too. We hope
Thank
so
you.
too. We are so grateful. We are so grateful we watched the video yesterday, and
Hmm.
we're extremely grateful that you and the Ultimate Experience of in India has chosen Kranti to be your organization that you support. And I hope along with other organizations. I would like to introduce Bani Das. She's one of the co-founders of Kranti, who
Thank
initially
you.
began the organization with Robin Chaurasia and Trina Talukdar. And Kavita and I are the beneficiaries of Kranti, and I also work at Kranti right now. I only started a couple of months ago. So yes,
Thank you so much, Tara, Bani, and Kavita. I'll be very honest, it's an honor to be in your presence. It's honor to be talking to you, and it's an honor to be connected to you because it is serving the cause of humanity. And here we are discussing about what a possibility we all are creating together for entire humanity with this vision and mission that we have created, and what a destiny, what a miracle that uh, you know just a few days ago we didn't know each other, and now we are going to be associated for lifetime together. And hundreds of people are eager to listen more and learn more about Kranti, and you being the miracles of Mumbai in Kranti.
yes, of
So,
course, the
uh,
miracles are only possible because of many of the supporters around the world. And yes, anyway, I
yes.
guess we will speak more about it as we go. But
Yes. So let me just, for our viewers and our attendees and members of Ultimate Experience, worldwide members, let me just share my screen, and I would want to share about Kranti. Is it visible, Tara?
Yes, yes.
yes, it is.
Wow, fantastic. So here we have
Kitty cute
the
lagi.
announcement that we made yesterday about Kranti being one of our first organizations that we are going to be associated, where the entire profits generated by the Ultimate Experience India, which is going to be on 25th of Feb at Mumbai at Hotel Sahara Star. So the profits are going to support all the miracles of Kranti at Mumbai. And this is their fantastic website, and all the glimpses of all the life and beauty that happens, and unfolds here. And yes, I'll just read out something that's written here, which we can discuss later. Kranti empowers girls from Mumbai's red light areas to become agents of social change and happiness that I see on your faces. Okay, now I think there is something more I wanted to share from here. And yes, is it visible, Tara?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and who are we being is a question that we ask ourselves every day, every moment. Who are we being? And here we are with this from Kranti, which reads something like this: We are girls born and raised in Kamatipura, Asia's infamous red light area. We are daughters of sex workers. We are survivors of trafficking. We are young women, ages 13 to 23, with the potential to change the world. And that's why we are together here, changing the world. And something more beautiful about what we believe. Kranti means revolution in Hindi. We believe that girls from the red light areas have an added value as change agents. not despite their background, but because of it. If they have access to the same training, opportunities, and resources as people from privileged backgrounds, they will become revolutionary leaders, more innovative, compassionate, and resilient due to their life experiences. That's so fantastic. We are going to discuss this, Tara and Bani. And finally, support us is an appeal from Kranti. Kranti is successful because people like you believe in our girls. Your donations help give them an education, a secure home, and the chance to heal. Our revolutionaries are ready to change minds about their value to society, their lives, and their community. Well, thank you so much for giving us this inside glimpse of Kranti. Thank you so much to Fiona Ross who connected us. Thank you so much to my entire Indian team, and thank you so much for watching. The video that we shared yesterday. I and Venu created for you. And we had a beautiful conversation. Tara, thank you so much for sharing the details. Bani, there's a lot that we would love to listen from you about the story and how did you create it and where you are, where Kranti is in its creation at this point. We would love to listen from you, Bani.
Oh, my name is Bani, and I am one of the co-founder. And Robin is not here, but yeah, and we started Kranti 12 years ago, and we based in Mumbai, and we work with in Kamatipura, daughter of sex worker and of teenagers girls, because in India lots of organization works with daughter of sex worker, but they works only for child, and our goal is the only teenagers, because when everyone know teenagers need to be dream, and then they need to be helped, and then they already have their dreams, but we all together helping them for their step, uh, and that's why they are here, because Kavita and Shweta is here. That's why they are their full step. We only do, that's why.
Bani, how long have you been associated with?
Uh, 12 years.
Since the beginning.
Wow.
Since the
Yeah,
beginning.
Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
How did and what experiences, can you share some experiences you had during this journey and what has really impacted your life and wh- yes, anything that you would like to speak about
Oh,
that.
this is too much, too big, but it's
Hmm.
shortest. And I worked one of the another organization 2005 to 2009, and that moment they're doing only rescue in trafficking girls, and they rehab to their house, and then only doing achar making, papad making, little bit work. And then that moment 2008, and Robin is Indian American, and then she is a volunteer through in India, and then I met Robin in this organization, and that time Robin wants to change, not key the 13 or 14 years old girls, and they have to traffic, and they are also abused or raped, and not stop their dream, only they stop their moment. But Robin said that time is she wants to opening their life, because the teenagers girls not doing any organization do their dream successful. That's why Robin wants to do for them.
Bani, I'm so grateful. I see what a powerful life you are living. What a powerful creation that you have created. What a massive work that you have done being part for 12 years. 12 years being part of this transformation and 12 years being a miracle in
Yes.
others' lives. Thank you so much. I thank destiny that brings us together to have this conversation today.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
yes.
Because
Uh,
they have their dreams, only we do for the 1.2 years child. We have 2 years child, and they know everything. Or they wants to walk, but
Mm.
only mom and dad stay finger, and then they work. But that's why also the trafficking girls or the sex worker daughters or have any problem, and they already have the dreams, but only we together helping hand only. That's why our do, and then we all together doing for them.
Wow, that's so amazing. Shweta, can you take us into your journey and can
Yes,
you, yes.
yes. Before that, I would like to share something about Bani Di and her journey since the beginning, if she doesn't mind, has been incredible as well. She grew up in a small village near Calcutta, and she was married at the age of 18, 19. 18. It was an arranged marriage, and she was brought to Bombay with him. She came with her husband at the time, and the husband, she was pregnant, and the husband disappeared
Oh
and
my
did not
God.
come back, and did not come back when she was pregnant.
Oh my God.
And she was on her own in Bombay. And since then, she decided. And I mean, I cannot imagine. We are very privileged to have Bani and Robin because we were taken care of at a very early age. But at the age we came to Kranti, where we were nourished and cared for, she had to look after herself and her daughter at the same time, who was she was just birthing. And she had really, and I think her courage at that time has helped us even today, because that courage continues to care for the girls that Kranti takes in. And so basically, she did whatever job she could to support herself, and eventually, slowly, she found different. And it's beautiful how, as you said, destiny works. She started working at this other place who rescue sex workers from red light districts and rehabilitate. And it was a difficult job she didn't want to do, but she didn't even have any other
Choice
way
to
of
earn.
any choice to earn, because it was not a good
Successful.
environment.
Yeah.
Because she had to yell at them, she had to basically, do things she did not like, but she didn't have a choice. And she didn't like the way she was treating them and the organization, the way the organization, because if she did not, they will yell at her. So this cycle she also couldn't get out. But then when Robin came in, together both of them decided this is not the way. And then they began with a very small organization. It started out of an apartment with a couple of the girls, and it is basically a family that's really went over the years, has taken care of. Like, I've been part of Kranti since
10 years.
yeah, 10 years. I came to Kranti when I was 17, 18, more than 10 years now. And yeah, so it's
Wow.
really like, it's because of their courage, it's because of their lives, that the courageous life they led, that we have what we have today.
You are courage. You are courage. And I love, oh my God, what massive work you have done. What a contribution you have made by the kind of person you are being and by who you are being as a person. This is so huge. And uh, as I shared in my video, in my conversation with Venu yesterday, I was when we were creating this event in Mumbai, and when everything was declared and we started working, at that point I hadn't decided the cause that we will be giving this money to. But one day my daughter was next to me. I was putting her to bed, and we were just browsing some videos on YouTube, and all of a sudden a video popped up which was about victims of child sex trafficking. And by then my daughter was asleep already, and I was watching this. And I'm a single parent, so I love my daughter, and I was browsing this. And when I saw this, even 5-10 minutes of that video moved me so much that I for a moment I thought, this is a message that I'm getting from the universe, and the universe wants me to be part of this in some way. Because just 10 days before this video day, just 10 days before that, I don't usually watch documentaries, but I switched on my television, and I had this documentary on how two girls were trafficked, and then they were about to be pushed into prostitution in US. And this was a real story. And how these girls were rescued just 5 minutes before they were being taken away to a secret place. And on that day I just watched and felt bad about it, and then moved on. But when for the second time I saw this video, I was like, there is a message here, and universe is trying to communicate something to me. And yes, it turned out to be real, and we are here talking, and we are here already confirmed Kranti as the organization that the cause which we want to transfer the profits of this experience from. So I just see how the dots are connecting and how the universe has brought us together. Bunny, you have lived a very courageous, a very powerful, a very committed life, and
Because of they
we
are.
yeah, you're all a beautiful team, a
Thank you.
lovely team.
Thank you.
I am so grateful. I'm so amazed at
It's like a welcome.
what a massive work you all are doing and creating. And we all from the Ultimate Experience family are with you from today.
Thank
I
Yes.
you.
can I can surely say it's a work of love because it has not been easy for them, because
Mm,
we also have girls who because of course, because of the conditions in the red light district of or
mm.
whatever happened at a very early age, having been trafficked or being in the care of a woman who
How
was.
do can you talk about the most important challenges that these kids go through, what the life looks like, and what is the life to experience, and how do you take them through this journey of rehabilitation at Kranti? Can you share, both of you? Or Kavita, I'm just keeping you awaited, but I'll get back to you very soon. Yes.
No problem, no problem.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, Shweta.
So basically, I mean that I will speak of my own experience of the community, because there are different experiences, of course, everyone has of the community. And growing up, of course, I grew up in a brothel. My mother was a factory worker. My grandmother was a domestic help in brothels. So I grew up in an attic of a brothel, and so I think the daily challenges were when the men would enter the community at night in the evening. But during the day, it was just like any other neighborhood for me, because when my mother was away for factory work, I was taken care of by other sex workers. And for many of how the portrayal of sex workers in media is often of victimhood, is
Mm,
often of darkness, but we
mm,
forget to see that they're a full human being. They have many different aspects, and this one aspect that the society focuses on and immoralizes them and uh,
mm,
condemns them also, and how we treat the community and the women of the community. So but yeah, many of the challenges is because of this condemnation, because we do not get access to proper services, for example. Yeah,
mm.
so basically, of course, there's a lot of abuse happening. So growing up in the community, I think the basic challenges the girls who've grown up like daughters of sex workers face is a lot of stigmatization, is lack of access to quality education, is quality health care, and a lot of shame that goes on because of the immoralization that happens around the certain community. And often, I mean, of course, the women who come from, who are trafficked from different countries, for example, Nepal, Bangladesh, they're all settled in there. So there are many different aspects of the community. There is also an aspect where everyone is taken care of by with love and community. That sense of is not portrayed enough out into the world, which I think is what Kranti has done for us to realize the positive aspects of our own community and claim that. Because basically, whatever the external conversations happen about our community, the shame that comes with it, the immoralization, the stigmatization that comes with being in a community that is immoralized again and again because of the sex work. And therefore, there's a lot of emotional baggage that one carries over the years, and lack of access due to coming from certain community is how we ourselves look at ourselves, and the external world looks at us. So one of the beautiful things that Kranti has done is they've helped us claim our identities back. They've helped us empower in a way that yes, this is who we are. We come from this experience. That does not make us weak, but that only gives us strength. So when we say social change maker, that we are more compassionate is because we've experienced compassion in real life as we were growing up by women who were trafficked, who are supposed to be the weaker side of the society, but they are the one who's striving in resilience and strength every single day, because we're all living in the comforts of our lives in our families, but they have been literally taken away from their own families, but they found community within each other. That's the beauty of humanity. Where I remember, like, when there's one home that's making a certain food, that would be taken, like my mother, if my mother's cooking something special, that would be given to another household, like, oh, just as a sharing, a sharing, a space where people would take care of each other. So these are the positive experiences of the community that I have grown up with. I'm sure Kavita can speak for herself as well. And this is what has helped transform us as human beings, because the negativity that constantly comes in, that we faced over the years, is somehow I remember internalizing it, and that played down on our self-image, self-worth, and how we show up in society. But because Kranti has constantly nourished us because of who we are, we speak up, we constantly talk about where we're from, we spread awareness, we don't feel shame for who we are. Where the word says uh, a community of prostitutes, it's a community of mothers for us. So it's about perspective. But when it comes to the services that one this community, because it's because of this discrimination, this stigmatization, that is this immoralization that the communities recently, because because, for example, many, of course, because it's illegalized, and because they don't have law enforcement supporting them, they have to go through conditions that are difficult, and cannot, because they're in the space of vulnerability. If a customer does not want to use condom, they have to accept, because they don't have choice at that time. And due to that, the HIV, all these diseases are easy to spread in such a community. And then when they go back for healthcare in the government hospital, the doctors do not want to see them, because you basically they treat you as an untouchable. And that's why the circle of uh, violence, the circle, it continues, because there is no support system. Even though we keep talking about, oh, sex workers, we want to support these women, we want to do this and that, but and there are many organizations that are doing that, but yet, these basic needs, this basic support, there are many organizations who are supporting it, yet because of this mindset, this negative mindset, the interaction in the quote unquote mainstream society, which I mean, when I say mainstream, it's mainstream because it has the services, easy access to services. I think that's the only, because I don't think there is some good in mainstream society. The mainstream society that is an easily accessible, that you get services easily accessed, and those pushed in the on the margins do not have the same access. That's how the the perpetuation, the victimhood and the discrimination continues over over generations. And that's why we're not able to, and that's why Kranti decided, because there are many organizations supporting, but often what happens, the work is done on basic level. You provide education, you
Basic
provide
level, basic age also.
And what Banidi was trying to say earlier was also, there are many shelter homes that take in younger kids, younger girls or boys also. But at the age of 18, they're like, now you're on your own. You don't need us. Now you go figure your life. But that's the age when we need it the most, because we
Exactly.
are lost. We don't know who we are. We don't
Yes.
have a supportive system that other people who have normal families have. We
Mm.
don't, and that's where Kranti came in. They're like, no, we now decide to invest in these girls because they have the potential. They do not victimize us, but they rather showed, I mean, really, literally, like, I didn't know this for
Also,
myself. I would have,
also we believe when the kids is coming to in Kranti is 17 years old or 15 years old, that moment we thought the born is that moment is born. Our job is the 10 years, 12 years do for them, and then they become a Krantikari or they become a changing life and others also.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why is the 15 or 17 or 19 they come, and then that they born their life
Mm.
also. We believe
It's
this.
a rebirth for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's renew again, seeing yourself again,
Yes, yes.
seeing
So
yourself with
so
you, how you're
it's
being.
like you help them own their value
Yeah.
and recreate a new identity to
Yes.
create whoever they want to be in this world. And I would say this ultimate experience that we are creating is inspired from this book called The Ultimate Coach, and by Steve Hardison himself, the ultimate coach, and the entire being movement is founded upon that, and it's on discussing about the possibility of who you can be or who would you need to be. And the few questions that we recommend everybody asking themselves before they read, which are on the back cover of the book, is, now I see that you all are embodiments of what is here. You have been living that and you have been creating that, and I admire what the work that you have done. The few questions which we have here are: who would I need to be a more loving person? Who would I need to be a more effective parent? Who would I need to be to create a level of confidence that is remarkable? Who would I need to be at peace with who I am? Who would I need to be fully in love with myself and my life? And who would I need to be to live the most extraordinary life I can live? And probably, Bani, what you all do at Kranti is you give that meaning and that understanding to these people, young people, on the possibility of being someone who can choose to be whoever they want to be, to create the kind of life that they want to create for themselves, and also be the miracles in the world and be inspiration to others. And probably Shweta is one such inspiration who has been inspiring others through her own life, and the
Yeah.
kind of present she has created for herself. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kavita.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kavita. Finally, to you, Kavita, I would want you to share your story, Kavita. Very curious to know, and be comfortable in whichever language you want to be, or you want to be bilingual. It's okay.
Yes, yes, I think I would do that.
Hmm.
In the middle shifting.
Yes.
Um, about my story, I can basically start. I also lived, like, I've grown up with my grandmother. I was
Hmm.
grown up with my grandmother, and she was also a sex worker.
Hmm.
Um, and I got to know about the story of my grandmother later when I came to Kranti,
Hmm.
because she was ashamed of herself and of her identity, you know. But I think Kranti helped us to understand the world in a better way, right?
Hmm.
It gave us the platform and the experience to see human as a human being and not with their identity. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and about the community and the brothels around us, I would say that they always protected us.
Hmm.
They were our parents. Even when I used to go to school and come back in the afternoon,
Hmm.
or in the late evenings, if I was around playing, they used to be always taking care what we doing, where we are, and uh, also looking at them having an independent life and raising their child at this age. I can see how powerful they are, being a
Hmm.
single parent and owning it, right?
Hmm.
Giving a better life, having a dream for the children and giving a better life for their children. This I understood now. I understand
Hmm.
it better now, I would say. um, Again, I was there with her for I think till I was 18 years old. and then because she couldn't support me for my education, and there were other NGOs and organizations around the community, which Shweta was also a part of for a few years, because it was for a specific age, and even I used to go there, and they used to always ask us to hide our identity, you know, not to
Mm,
share where you come from, not to tell your friends, and for many years I did that.
mm,
Now I can openly talk about it, but back then it was a baggage which you are carrying with yourself,
mm.
and hiding your identification for so long, which is so empowering, the story and the life we had, which has shaped us now what we are,
Wow.
right? Yeah.
I love your worldview. I love your view of life. I love what a massive experience you have shared. And I love this being humane as a human and uh, accepting your past, which we say is a major transition that one needs, and Kranti has been doing that for you, and I can see that in your words. I can see that in how you share about your past and how you have already owned your past and accepted it and have transitioned, have are going beyond that. And uh, thank you so much for sharing who you are. Thank you so much for sharing. And we are already connected with you, and we would love to support this cause, and we would be doing our best to be in touch with you forever. As long as we continue to be, we will be doing our best to serve you through any possible ways. And uh, we would love to have you all joining us on 25th of February at Hotel Sahara Star at the Ultimate Experience Indian edition, which is going to be there from morning till evening, which I'm already in touch with you and we will share with you. And you are so amazing. I will see that you get the copies of the Ultimate Coach, and I would want you to read them. I'm going to meet you very soon, and definitely I would want you to experience this. And probably I let me take one step forward and say that you already are embodiments of the change that we speak about. And I am in admiration of the powerful life that you have created for yourself, because you are being inspiration to thousands of others. That's the prime inspiration that one needs. One needs people, one needs role models, one needs to see how it's possible. And you are those possibility thinkers, and you are those possibility creators. Bani, I'm very grateful to hear your story, to come across you. You have created a really a big miracle for many others by being a miracle. And I thank you for sharing your stories, and thank you for sharing for who you are being as a person. I know it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's not that fanciful. We look at videos, we look at articles, we read them, and then we move on. But here you are for years together. You have been committed to create this transformation, and we have examples right in front of our eyes, and we have living embodiments of your faith, of your belief, and of your confidence, and of your commitment with which you got down to work, and you created. And the duration itself, the length in time speaks for itself. It's not that easy to be on a mission for all these years and uh, so laser focused on what you want to create. And what a we can see what hardships you must have gone through, and the amount of time, energy, and your attention it must have taken. And we love this fact that destiny has created for all of us, that we all are together now, and we would love to support Kranti through this experience that we are creating, and in future too. Thank you so much. Yeah, you are muted. You can unmute yourself and you can.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much for this
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
See
Bani.
you
Thank you
soon.
so
I'm
much,
delivering
Shweta.
Malal.
See you soon. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Kavita. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love
Love
you
you. Bye
too.
bye.
Bye bye.
Love you. Bye bye.
Bye.